Good morning. We are looking off to the northeast at what should be a sunrise this morning, or at least the start of it. And we've got cloud cover overhead kind of blocking our view, but I'm sorry to say, the days are getting a little shorter. So our sunrise getting a little bit later in the morning as well. So a combination of the two things shows that we're still looking at some dark skies off to the northeast. We will have some sunshine mixed in with the clouds today, and some places still under some rain showers and some thunder showers too. Here's a look at your radar and satellite map. You can see we've got a lot of cloud cover overhead, some sprinkles, some spotty areas of very light rain for much of the lakes area, and then of course stretching up to the international border. You see that storm that's rolling right along the border there, stretching up toward Winnipeg too. So this is moving to the east. And as we zoom in on this storm, you can see the strongest part of it in northeastern parts of Kittson County. Though as we look over into Roseau County, there are some areas where we've got some spotty rain showers right now starting to get going. So there might be a little more development happening ahead of this in Roseau County and around the town of Roseau. So where you see blues, that's a sign that there might be a little bit of hail here. We've got some good downpours and a lot of areas of lightning. And in addition to that, of course, we're looking at this tracked out by 40 miles per hour to the east. That's how fast the storm system is moving. So I put the track on that with some lightning developing in those cells in Roseau County too. So I want to point out that the Badger area, in about 25 minutes or so, we're going to see that storm roll in, though you already are probably waking up to some flashes of lightning or rumbles of thunder. Heading over toward Roseau, we're looking at about 45 minutes or so that we're going to see the storm approach the Roseau area, and that will continue moving east toward War Road here within the next hour or so. So this storm, again, continuing to track off to the east, not severe, but keep in mind you might have some wind gusts that get that into that 40 mile per hour range, maybe a little bit higher than that, with some, of course, lightning and some heavy rain. So this is the kind of one game in town this morning, Northern Valley, with a couple of sprinkles again showing up on the radar. We're looking out west to some storms again in eastern Montana, a few showers in western Minnesota too, or North Dakota rather. And that's part of a cold front that's going to be approaching, and that could trigger more storms coming up this afternoon. And ahead of that, we've got some warm, muggy air that's going to be a problem for us today. Temperatures are in the 70s just to start off the day. We're at 74 degrees in Fargo, 71 in Grand Forks. Our dew points are high, 60s to low 70s, so feeling oppressive already this morning in some areas. And once we start to warm things up this afternoon, we're looking at some pretty high heat index values too, especially in the Southern Valley. Visibility mainly looking good. It's going to be lower in some of those areas. We're still getting some rain, and wind is still strong. We're seeing wind speeds in the teens in a lot of spots, some gusts into the teens and even some 20s. Fargo's got a gust to 26 miles per hour. That wind generally coming in out of the south. So some partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies today. Those storms move on into the later morning hours, and by noon we're looking at some areas under clouds, others where we're enjoying some sunshine, but heat really taking over. High temperatures into the afternoon, soaring into those low 90s, maybe even mid 90s in some spots in the valley, and that's where heat index values could reach that 100-degree mark. So what it will feel like out there for you. So make sure you're taking those precautions to stay cool and stay hydrated this afternoon. Wind still breezy. We'll see winds out of the southwest in the afternoon hours, gusting into the 20s to 30 miles per hour. Now heading into this evening, expect to have those storms firing again, especially right along the Red River and east. Some of these could be severe. We're looking at the potential for all modes of severe weather, with that slight risk from the Storm Prediction Center right along the Red River essentially and east from there. So that moves through and quickly moves out by around midnight tonight, and we're looking at some quieting conditions for most places. Can't rule out some showers and thunder showers tomorrow along the North Dakota, South Dakota line, but mainly looking pretty quiet. Temperatures a little cooler too, low to mid 80s for your highs tomorrow. Here's your photo today. Sunset over Middle Cormorant Lake. We're looking at some pretty spectacular sunsets ahead of us here, but it's going to be pretty warm too coming up here in your forecast. Lots of opportunity at sunshine, and make sure you're trying to stay cool into the weekend. After our storm system moves through Saturday night and into early Sunday, we'll cool things down back into the 70s.
It'll be a nice little break for the AC.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lisa. It seems like the best part of the fair is always the food. We're going to check in with Abby Birchner live from the fair next.